Thursday, January 19th, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich. I've got a lot to say today because we had some very profound reversals that happened all over the place yesterday. I got the most signals I've had in months, well, frankly, since October 13th, period. And that is a profound statement. I got them yesterday because of the way the market acted, of course. It gave me a whole mess of sell signals. This tends to verify what I've been expecting all along, that I'm thinking the market's going to go down fairly sharply, maybe 20, 25 points more than what it's done today as well during the next week or two. And that could be the last shoulder low on a giant head and shoulder bottom formation. Started forming on June 17th. The first shoulder involved approximately a month worth of sideways back and forth trading range, and then up it went. Pivot point for the neckline, August 16th. Down to October 13th, bullish engulfing, ER buy signal, classic, great one, love it. Then up to a minor double top at 410.49, and the last high of the double top was on December 13th. Turned down. Now here's the question. Do we have a shoulder low already? It sure looks like it could be. It's approximately in the right price range, maybe a little too high, but it was earlier than I was expecting, which is in the next 3 weeks. So I've drawn a circle in the price range and around the time that I think that the market is going to bottom out to make the last shoulder low, which would cause the last shoulder low to look a lot similar, very similar to the first shoulder low, which is historically normal. Okay, so there's two parts to this, maybe this low here and then the one coming up. There was this low, the lowest low, and then another one, and then it went up. So this low is the first one instead of the second one. And the last one is the lowest, the outside of the formation, the earliest and the latest. And if we bottom out soon and around 367, give or take 2 or 3, 4 points higher or lower, it's not exact, and start to show me buy signals, especially if we get oversold, I'll be looking for that, of course. And obviously, I'm going to be looking for bullish engulfings, ER buy signals as well. But here, today, real time, we gapped down this morning. Let's go to the 1 minute chart real quick. And here it comes. The 1 minute chart, we just had in the last hour a rally that actually made a new high for the day so far, but it didn't go anywhere. It closed part of a gap we still have. That would be up to the low of yesterday. That's where the gap is closed, and that would be, give or take a tick or two, 391.24-ish. So reaching that level could cause the market to stop rallying and turn down. And I've got another level that's important, but it didn't show up on the S&P, SPY charts because we did not have a bearish engulfing yesterday in the spider. We only had a test of a major bear trend line. We were in a resistance area, and we had gotten extremely close to overbought. So these are all things that caused me to look for reasons to go short, reasons to find or look for new short sell signals, and it crashed yesterday. That's great. Made new lows and a new low close for 3 previous days, and today continued that process. But there's a line I've drawn, cyan here, and it is across the highs of that 3 to 4 week trading range, November, December. Well, actually, it was all in December and early January. That represents a price level that's going to maybe cause it to bounce again. The bounce only could be for several hours or a day or two, but not very much and not very high up. Next, we're going to challenge the low or bottom edge of that trading range, again, mid-December through early January. And then we can drop into the blue circle that I drew and the time frame area So idealistically, it's the end of January to maybe as late as February 8th, I believe. So I vote for January 30th, just before, just after, right around, maybe the exact same day. We may have a bottom. And I think it's going to be, again, around 365-ish. That's about as detailed as I can get. So far, so good. I've got these last two big down days. But again, I don't know if we hit a minor new low this morning, California time. That would have been about 8:48 a.m. That looks like it could be a minor new low. Now this bounce is in progress. We do have that gap to close. Hey, in the DIA, the Dow Jones, we also have the same gap to close. It's got a little gap between today's high and the low of Friday still, even though the DIA on the 1-minute charts has also rallied up and closed a significant amount of its gap, maybe half, a smaller percentage in the spider. But now everything's trying to turn back up again. This is 11:15 California time. I know I'm late today, but I got a lot to say. So gap closure is something to be very, very much aware of for also the QQQ. On a daily basis, we did get an official ER sell signal in the Qs yesterday. So the official ER3 new short sale price is going to be I can't read it very well. 280.35, I think, 34 in today, tomorrow, and the next trading day. Tomorrow's Friday. So we can come back to that level and it still won't bother me. I still will think that yesterday was a profoundly important new short sell signal. We got a huge number of individual stocks that gave me sell signals. We got a lot of indexes that gave me sell signals, sectors in particular, and some futures. Now, close the gap first, and then see if we can't come back into the approximate middle of the range of yesterday. And from that point, definitely I don't want to see any more strength. Let's go look at the 1-minute chart real quick on the Qs. And I don't think they made a new high for the day. They did not on this last rally a little while ago, and they only came close. So they're acting a little weaker relative to the range of the day analysis than the DIA, which has been the strongest, and the spiders in the middle, closing a very small amount of its gap. But we're still jumping up here. 90.24 at the moment, 390.24 on the spider at the moment. Let's go to futures. Lately, I've been starting with the gold market. It got overbought. I expected a correction. We had a little bit of it yesterday, and today it's coming back strong. But I can't help it. It looks to me like it could be building a major, minor, very minor, I repeat, minor top. The downside correction could be a 1,823. Or maybe a little lower, but in that ballpark, and it could take about a week to happen. Next chart. Platinum gave us an official sell signal. What can I say? The ER signals automated trading system for stocks, futures, forexes, indexes, you name it, stocks, indexes worldwide. Gave us official sell signal a few days ago. Today's the lowest low by a long shot and a new low close. I'm bearish. I think this uptrend could hold when we get down to about 990, and that's not too far away. It's already gone down very nicely. Next chart. Neutral in silver, but it looks like it's rolling over, maybe building some sort of a top. Today's low held support. It didn't get broken, and we closed higher. We could be in for a new high soon. Neutral to neutral. Don't know for sure. Corn, new high, but overbought in a resistance area, started to turn down. Warned you about that yesterday and the day before. So now maybe a little bit more correction. But we did get the low on an ER1 and 3 buy signal, ER signal, and that was on December 7th, and it was the exact low of the big break. That's the ones we want to be watching out for. So Sell signal that worked for a few days, good. New highs, didn't quite get overbought. And now a big down day in cocoa causes me to be still bullish. No trend lines are broken. We're sitting on one right now, probably, or close to it. And neutral on the RSI, below 40 a hair, but that's not that important. Next chart. This is soybean oil. We caught the bottom of the break. I never miss making a comment about red or green vertical bars, whether it's a candlestick. We do the same thing on candlesticks also, and vertical bars. Whether the trade works or not, I'm not. You'll find out only after the fact. This one did work very well, and still could be in progress. Neutral at the moment, but the trend is now long-term neutral. Big pennant formation looks like it's forming, frankly. Next chart. Live cattle oversold today, first time. Has come down sharply out of an overbought condition. Is in support. We might drop off a little bit more, but the trend is obviously up. We did catch a really great buy signal in the middle of the long-term trend, a low for a month or two, and ever since, and that was way back in September 29th. I'm bullish, and this is oversold, so I'm looking for a buy signal next. This is a bear trend, bear market that got oversold, so only small rallies in bear markets after oversold conditions usually happen. That's exactly what I think is about to happen in natural gas. Next, high-grade copper, overbought in a bull trend, but up against rather profound historical resistance. I think this market could have more of a correction on the downside, but after the several days, over a week of overboughtness, I'm probably going to come back down only to about 3.95, something like that. Next, wheat. We caught the top of the market after wheat skyrocketed. Series of limit up bid days on the close. Reminds me of 1972, a year after I started in the business, to the Russian grain deal. Same kind of thing, sort of. The charts look identical. Anyway, now we're neutral. Slow bear market. Next, live hogs, oversold. Did break into support, did break support, which was tested a few days ago, but now breaking into new lows can and frequently does cause it to get oversold. A rally back up to about 86 and small change could be a great place to sell short, and maybe it'll come up to 90, but I'm bearish. Next, coffee, same kind of commentary, except it already got oversold for 2 days and has now rallied up to resistance, plus a squeak more. I think it's ready to turn down again. I'm bearish, looking for new lows. Next, OJ. Head and shoulder top could have formed. I drew in a trend line here, which is the neckline, off of the lows that were made on November 14th and the low that was made on December 28th. If we break that line, I think the market stands a very good chance of coming back down to 170, which, guess what, is a major historical support level beginning. And it's approximately, I didn't measure it exactly yet, the minimum downside objective off the head and shoulder top, if we have a head and shoulder top. Timing looks good. All three, the first shoulder, the head, and the last shoulder, got overbought on the rallies, turned yellow. Unfortunately, we didn't get any red signals, official new short sell signals. That's too bad. But overbought is still part of the process. Next chart. We have here soybeans. It did give us a sell signal yesterday. It did come back up into the official sell price order, which was slightly above the opening, which is very close to the high of the day. We always love that. And closed with a significant profit and made a lower low than the signal day yesterday. I would like to see it close lower than today's lows very soon, like tomorrow, maybe Monday, without any other rallies, because I've already got as much rally as I wanted, and we're short from ER1 and we're short from ER3, all of it. So I'm bearish. one might go back in time and say this could have been a double top. Certainly was in an area of historical resistance, to say the least. Every time the market since last February, the end of February, came up into this price range, with only one exception for several days, did it go any further. Every time it got here, it had a pretty damn good correction down to, let's say, 14. And we're at 15.14 at the moment. Enough said. Bearish. Next chart. Heating oil. Got a little overbought, in resistance, neutral to bearish for the moment. Next. The E-mini is not only a stock market index, but also a futures contract. Of course, we got October 13th, the October lows in the major indexes, as well as the S&P E-mini. That's great. I'm bullish long-term, but bearish short-term, because I'm expecting that next 1 or 2 weeks to get down to, I hope, oversold conditions and at least test the lows that we made in late December. Approximately, those are the two things that I want to have happen soon. I've got an alarm going off here. Apparently, the market's coming back up a little bit, and I apologize for that alarm. In a moment, if it keeps annoying me, I'm going to have to go find it and change it. Yep, just give me a second here. So if you click on the alarm itself, it's supposed to go to where the alarm was set, and it just did. And that is because I set an alarm at a new high for the day. And I'm just going to move the darn thing up to the gap closure area. How's that? So now if this alarm goes off again, it's going to tell me that the market has closed the gap. Let me move it up just a tiny bit more to be more accurate. Come on. And yep, that's good. It'll have closed the gap by an extra couple of ticks. Now I'm right on. Fine. 11:25 California time, an hour and a half to go. Going back to futures. So the E-mini, just like the spider we were looking at, is coming up fairly well. This does not have a gap to close because it was trading in the overnight time frame, and that was unchanged to a little higher for a moment. What can I say? I'm looking for it to go down for another week or two, possibly into the first week of February, and at least test the lows we made in late December. Next chart. Head and shoulder top developing also here. Yesterday's almost bearish engulfing could have been the last shoulder high. The price is right, no pun intended, and the timing is a little early for the shoulder time frame, but I drew in the neckline, and the minimum downside objective from measuring the top highest high to the neckline on the same day, and I'm just eyeballing this, could be down to something in this ballpark area of the low 17s, 1720, 1715, where it got before last summer, July and August, and bottomed out. So that's my minimum downside objective. Below 1750 and around 17 to 1750. And bear markets fall faster than bull markets go up. So 2 months, maybe less. Next chart. Bonds and 10-year notes are very similar. Both made new highs for the move, but couldn't hold it today. Minor bearish reversal. I think they're building long-term bottoms, which is intermediate to early in the stages of developing. So I haven't got a very good handle on it yet. And I'll try to be much more accurate as time goes on, assuming I'm right to begin with. So I'm minor bearish at the moment on the bond futures, not looking for any significant upside, if any. Follow through. Today's high, I think, is going to be a high for a while. And I'm going to say the same exact thing in 10-year notes, which got officially overbought, adding to the likelihood of a downside correction. Next chart, crude oil, neutral to bearish, and got overbought yesterday, but managed to come back a little bit today. So neutral to bearish. Next chart, soybean meal, bull trend, needs to have a little bit more correction. Did not get officially overbought, but came close. And yeah, neutral to bullish, but looks like a very tiny few days worth, a week correction could still be right in front of us, and then higher. Next, gold. Same kind of comment here, basically. Overbought for a few days, coming up today, but I think the market is more likely to see 1,838-ish soon. Next, platinum. Hey, we got an overbought condition a week ago. It did have a bearish engulfing. We do have an ER sell signal using the ER automated trading system, which is available in NinjaTrader and TradeStation, both. Now, and I will be using Ninja charts soon. Platinum, new low close since our sell signal, which was on the 11th of January at the high of a bull market for months prior. Perfect so far. Next, soybeans, no, silver, sideways for the moment. Trend is up. Nice big bottom built. Bullish. I think it's going to break up into new high ground, 25 and higher, real soon. Next, corn. Got overbought in a resistance area, around where it topped out before, with a bearish engulfing ER sell signal that dropped like a rock for 2 days. Expecting a little bit more downside correction, but I can't get bullish on this. I have to look for a test of these lows, 650 at least, and maybe a new low for the last few months. Next, cocoa. Trend is up. Had a good sell signal for a few days. Nothing recent. New low for a week or two. New low close for that period of time. Looks like a little bit more downside correction could occur. Not oversold yet, but kind of getting closer. A little bearish for a few more days, and then I think it's going to turn up. Next, bean oil. Big, sideways, huge, gigantic pennant formation apparently seems to be formed, and we caught the bottom of the market for prior many months, December 15th of 21, huge bull move all the way to the top in April of 22. Unfortunately, no sell signal up there. And recently, a buy signal, official buy signal on the bottom of that break, which was December 12th. Now what? Well, the tops are getting lower and the lows are getting higher, and that's the definition of a pennant. So I got to be mostly neutral, but it could dip a little bit more for a few days or a week or something. Next, live cattle. Trend is up, got overbought, but guess what? Today we're oversold. Look for buy signals, look to go long. I haven't gotten the official signal yet. It did what I thought it was going to do, come back into trading range. It may dip off a little bit more. There's a possibility of it dipping down to 157. That would take another day or two, but I'm bullish. Next, natural gas, oversold, new lows, looking for it to turn up, looking for buy signals. Don't go short down here. You'll be selling yourself in a hole, I think. Next, high-grade copper. Opposite commentary completely. Don't go long up here. It got overbought, quite substantially so, and I'm looking for it to turn back down significantly. It's in an area of resistance also. The next downside bottom could be 33.93 or 94. Next, wheat. And we've looked at this before. We got the top after the beginning of the war, after a series of incredible limit up days, back to back, even opening limit up, staying there all day long and closing. Boy, does that look like the charts I used to draw in 1972, a year after I started in this business, because of the Russian grain deal. That brings me back a few days. Next, we have live hogs, got oversold in an area of support. I think it's about to turn back up again. Next, coffee, broken a new low ground, starting to come back in resistance. The trend is down. looking for sell signals, looking to go short, expecting new lows pretty soon. Next, OJ drew that trend line in, and I think I am repeating myself. Soybeans, yep. So I have covered everything, and even twice got carried away. Now, quickly, sectors, many new sell signals. I'm going to fly through these. Nothing here. Sell signal yesterday, IYE. And email me at info@ersignals.com if you want to ask any questions, get these lists, find out how I do it. Chit chat. SMH, no signal yesterday. Next one, new short sale, sell signal. That is XLK. This is XLY, same comment. Next, XLF, no signal, but XLI, also new signal, no signal per se. Next, XOP, bearish engulfing, got short ER3, closed about where we got short, looking for lower levels. Everything's working perfectly so far with the ER sell signal here. GDX, no signal. Next, OHI, bearish engulfing, new short sell signal in this index or sector, almost the same thing, and looking for lower levels. Next, no sell signal. Next is XLV, nothing there. And XLE, we got short right smack at the resistance level and the new short signal level, and I'm looking for lower levels. Explanation point, XLU, new lows, XTL, dropping off some more, XTB, bearish engulfing, bearish now, new short sell signal, KBE, nothing, VNO, sell signal yesterday. Today's high is almost exactly at our pre-calculated, automated, new short MIT order. Market of touch if it hits it. XHB, same commentary, gap down though, and now we should come back and close the gap. Next one is XRT, same comments, gap down, looks like a little bounce is in order, but bearish as hell. XME, same thing, no gap to close, just bearish because of the sell signal. And forex, last group, we have a, hang on, forex, yep, euro dollar, come on. Okay, rally high, overbought, expecting a little bit more weakness, and the dollar index oversold, just a reverse commentary exactly. Next, dollar yen, bullish buy signal. I'm turning bullish again. It worked for a few days before, just a few weeks ago, and it looks like everything's there to do it again this time. So looking for a rally up to 134 to 136 or higher. Next. And I'm not getting the follow through I'm looking for. Overbought, looking for a little bit more correction. And that was the Aussie to the dollar to the Canadian, gave me a buy signal officially yesterday. Got to keep track of that also. The next one, second to last, US dollar to the Swiss franc, no comment. US dollar to the British pound, no comment. And that covers everything, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great trading day. Remember to contact me at info@ersignals.com.